Hi all, I did this with a colleague, a very good friend of mine, and I decided to share it with you. It's a simple personal financial dashboard. It has the income, expense balance, income versus targeted income. On your left, you have the filters. When you select, for example, January, you have the income based on the selected month, which is January, expense, balance, income versus targeted income. We have the income total by description. We have the expense total by month. So you can select how much the trend in cash. You can select the trend in check, the trend in debit card, how much you made in expense by using your debit card. We have the summary here, month income total, expense total, and the balance. And then we have the highest expenses down here. Now, without wasting too much time, let's go through the steps that will be taken to get this done. Okay, so first of all, we'll restore our database, go through the data, and create some views. Connect our Power BI to SQL, create a background using PowerPoint, create the calendar and measure tables, create and format the visuals. I did this in my first video, and I'm sure those of you who have watched it will get used to it. Okay, so let's go straight to our SQL Server Management Studio. Let me restore the database. Device, here, add, put in the path, select all files to get the finance, click OK, OK here. I want the database files to be in the same folder as the backup file. So let me just do this. Do this and click OK. Okay, so we have our finance database here. Let's go straight into it and see what we have as tables. Okay, here we have the expense. This has the list of all the expenses. We have the expense type. We have the income. We have the income target. The income target, I think, is monthly. And then we have the payment mode. Now, we need to create two. First of all, we need to create two views. One for expense, one for income, and later on merge the two as a transaction table. Okay, so let me go and create the first view. The first thing to do is to select expense type. Okay, so I'll link the two tables by expense type. What do we need from this table? We need the expense date, we need the amount, we need the expense type from this table. Now for payment mode, we need to add the payment mode table. Okay, so I'll now go here and link the two tables by payment mode ID and select the payment mode here. Okay, so let me just run it and see what I have. Okay, so let me format the date. So here I'll do convert varchar comma 112 and execute just to see if I have the expected result. Okay, so I have it here. Now the next thing to do is to cast it to date as date. Then here I'll change the name to transaction date. Okay, so then I'll save it. View expense. Okay, so now I'll create another one for income. So right click, new view, income, then income type. Push this here. Now link the two tables. Then I'll come here, select the income date, amount, income type. Okay, so for those of you who would not like to go through the SQL Server Management Studio, want to have it in Excel, I will export the data into Excel and attach it to the tutorial. And then also I'll put the backup file for those of you who want to go through these steps. That is through SSMS. Okay, so here, let me execute this. I have record here. Now, let me quickly format my date as usual. So convert worker here 112 as maybe transaction date. The reason why I'm doing this is to take out the time. So transaction date. Okay, so now let me cast it. So here we'll save this as view income. Okay, now we have two views, but what we want to expose is the two of them in one table. So what I'm going to do is to use union all first and the second, and then create a view out of that. So let me go to new query and do select all from, get a script for select all, keyboard, paste it here. I don't really need this. Let me put this here, push this here, push this here. Okay, so I'll use union all here and bring in the second view, so income. Take out this. Okay. Good. So we must have, with union all, we must have the same number of columns. So transaction date is here, amount is here. This, I want to change the name to description. No. The same thing for here. We have the payment mode here. There is no payment mode for income. So what I will do is to make it this way as payment mode. And then now, because we are going to merge the two tables, we need to be able to figure out which one is for expense and which one is for income. So what I will do is put a comma here and say one as transaction type. Bring it down here, and then here will be 2. Let me execute this just to see what I have. Okay, good. So I'll now go here and do create PW transaction as this. So let me execute this. Now, just to be sure what I have, so I can just do select all from this to see if I have all my records. Okay, so let me check which one is for expense. So where transaction type. So let me just copy this from here. Where transaction type is equal to 1 will give me expense. And then where transaction type is equal to 2 will give me income. Very good. Okay, now let me go to my Power BI and connect to my views here. Okay, so here let me get a server name. Put the server name here. The database name is Finance. Direct query. Okay, so I have my view transaction here. I'll click load. Now while waiting for that, let's go to our PowerPoint and do this design. Okay, so let me go to my PowerPoint here. Now the background color, let me format it. It's going to be, let's go to more color. I'll add this to a file and attach it to the tutorial. So 202 240 248. Good. Okay, so let me add a shape. Down here. Let me work on this a bit. The shape size, .23. Yeah, you can try your hands on them and decide on what size you prefer to give it. 1785. Okay, so we push it a bit to the top there. Okay, now I'll go here, take this out, I'll just give it the same color, even here, same color. The same color. Now for the border, for the line, I take this out here. I'll go to more color. Here will be 62 138, and then this part will be exactly like the first color. Now let me go here, shadow. Okay, but I want it to be 70, maybe 75 or something. Depends on how you see. It depends on you anyway. So let's now use this. Come here. I want to bring this a bit down. Okay. Come here. First shape. Seven for the width, 711, and then the height 3.8. I'll copy this, break it down, copy another one. This one will be for the balance. Yes. Then I'll bring another one down here. Good. Now I'll put in another one. Which will come down here. And then the width will be 12.2. I'll copy it, bring it down, I'll copy another one, push it here, and then push this then one for the title. So simple personal dashboard. Okay, so something like this. Then I'll put some shape, round shape somewhere here. So let me insert the shape, just a small shape somewhere here. That's okay. So now I can save this. Save as. PNG. Finance background. Okay, so now let me go to my Power BI desktop and bring in the background. It is PF tutorial. So I have this here. I'll take this out for it to show. Then I'll fit it in. Good. So we have this, and now we need to start bringing in our visuals. Nice. Okay, so let me go back here. The first thing to create, now we have this table here. I need to create my calendar table. I also need to create my measures table. I also need to bring in the target table. So let me go back to recent source, go here. The income target. So I'll just load it. This one, I want it to be imported. It's going to take some few seconds. Okay, so we have our income target table here. Now, let me create my calendar table. New table. Okay, so this is going to be called calendar. Let's equal to calendar sorry minimum transaction date, comma, maximum transaction date. So that's number one. Number two is to create the month. So new column, it's taking some few seconds. So for the new column is going to be month, which will be format, our date, so this will give us the months. Then there is another column I'll create. I'll call it month index. That will help us to sort our month by month number. So here I'll add another column. So month index, you can call it anything. So month, then it's going to take date. Okay. Very good. Now I'll create my measure tables. Here, when you go here, we want to have the total income, the total expenses, and the balance. So let me create a table where I'll have all my measures. So enter data. I'll call this all measures. Okay. Very good. So the first measure I want to add is for income. So add new measure. So income total is equal to calculate sum of amounts, and then you filter it by, so what I'm going to do is to use the transaction type that we created. So transaction type is equal to 2. That is for income. So remember in the SQL when we're creating the view, we use 1 for expense and then 2 for income. Okay, so we have our income total. I'm going to create another measure. That will be expense total. So expense total, and that will be the same, calculate sum amount, transaction type is equal to 1. Now for the balance is going to be income minus expense total. Income total minus expense total. Sorry, I misspelled this. Expense. Okay, so new measure for balance. So balance is equal to check something here. Why is it not coming? New measure. So balance is equal to maybe balance is a reserved word. So let me do let's say my balance is equal to expense there's something not right here. Okay, so let me try it again. So my balance is equal to income total minus expense total. Okay. Good. So let's use what we have now for now. Okay. So the first thing is to bring in the slicer for the month. The slicer settings, I want to use tab. Drag it here. And then bring it down. Okay, so I'll take out the background. Then I'll take out the slicer header. Okay, so the next thing to do is to change the background color. So for the background, I use this, sorry. For the background, let me go to more color. Use hash 0096 C7. Okay. Then the font color will be white. Okay, so I can make it bold. Very good. Okay, so there is something we need to do here to link some of the tables. So we have our calendar table here. So transaction date here, sorry. We'll go to date. Yeah, minute one, single, yes. Then our month index will come to March. And I'll make it both. property. Okay, so let me go back here and continue working on the visuals. Okay, so we have this here. Here we must have the expense total. So let's look at what we have in this level. Okay, so income total, this one. So let's go here. We'll bring in our card and give it income total. Okay, so I want to take out the currency. So I'll select the income total. I'll go here and select decimal number. Let me reduce this size and close this one here. Resize it. Take out this guy. The category label. It's kind of slow. Let me try it again. Take out the category label. Okay, it's off now. Let's go to general, title, give it income. Change the font to make it bold. I want to use this color. Okay, and then I want to give it a subtitle. So let me use the subtitle as well and put the currency there. THC out 155. Okay, so I can make that also bold and give it the same font as the main title. Now the value here, the call out value, I want to change it to area black and use 25 to see with 30. Okay, so let me take out the background and push it up. Okay, so for our line here, we need to bring in this. So income total by month. Income total by month. Okay, so this is what I was trying to avoid. We need to arrange it. So let me select month, sort, month index. Let me try something again. So I bring in the line chart, select my calendar month, and select the income total. Okay, so good. Now I want to take out the header and also the title for the X and Y. So this is out. This is also out. I want to put some markers there. Also maybe probably take out the whole X and then everything about Y. Okay, so we'll reduce it. We take out the background. Voila. And then also the title. Now I need to push this to the top. Very good. This is nice. Okay, so I'll copy this. Let me change the background of the value here, the color of the value also. Instead of black, let me use this guy, this color. Okay, so now let me copy this, bring it down here. I could have grouped them anyway, but let's go step by step. Okay, so this one is for expense. So I'll select expense again, go up here, select decimal number. Okay, so then I'll go in here, change the title to expense. I'll do the same thing for the balance. So my balance, I'll select it, make it decimal number. Okay, then down here, I'll change the title to balance. Now let me copy this guy also, the line chart. Bring it down here. Copy. Bring it down here. Now for this, I'll select expense, and then for this, I'll select balance. Voila. Okay, so let me try some one or two things. Select January and see what we have. I don't want this line chart to be painted, so we need to disable it. So I'll select this, go to format, edit interactions, take out this, disable this, and disable this. Okay, so now if I select February or any month, this is not filtered, which is okay. Now the next one is to look at our income versus targeted income here. So let me bring in my gauge before. disable this in the interaction. Go back to this and then click it again. So we are done. So I'll bring this guy here. So I'll bring in the total. So we need to get the total income target. So I'll create another visual, another measure, sorry. Okay, so this is going to be target total is equal to sum income target. Okay, so here target total, and then my income total will come to target value. Then I'll bring it down here. So now let's take out the background. We can rework on the font. So we use the same color. So data labels. For the title, we can make these values, we can make this bold. You can leave it or take it out. It depends on how you want it. So let's leave everything like this. The call out value should be bold. The same thing for this. You can change the color. Also, maybe we'll use the same color we use for the title. Let me just leave this like this. And then for the target label also, for us to be consistent, let's use the same thing here. And for the call out value, same thing. Now we need to create a measure that will be down here to tell us if we have reached target or not. So let me create a measure. Target outcome. So here you can press, let me make this a bit bigger, shift enter, we go here. First of all, we need to know the difference, so var my difference is equal to total, the income total the target total. then shift enter here. Then we need to know the selected, so here selected month, maybe my selected month is equal to selected value our calendar month. Okay, so shift enter here. So what are we returning? So we return, no, I press enter, it should be shift enter, sorry. Shift enter, I go here. So if my if is greater than 1, comma, what do I say? Well done. You have reached your target by what amount? So we put my if there, by my if. Else, sorry, you could not reach your target. By, then we bring in the amount, so my if. Then we close, enter, to see if everything is okay. So we created this, we can put it down there. Where is it? So I'll bring my card first, then I'll put the target outcome there. We can reduce, take out the category label, reduce the size to maybe 15, and make it bold, change the color to what I use for others. You can take out the board, it depends on how you want it to look like. Okay, so let me take out the background so you can fit in. Good. Now you can see the amount is not formatted, so we can go back here, and what we do is to just format it. Let me expand this. You can create another variable that has the formatted value, or you can do the formatting directly from here. So format, and then here I have this, comma, this. Then I do the same thing for this as well. So you can see the amount is not formatted. Okay, so when we look at this, what is next? Income total by description. So let's go back here. Income total by description. So income, let me bring in my bar here. Income total by description. Okay, so I'll take out the background. y-axis, I'll leave it like that, but just change the color to this. I'll make it bold. Sorry, this is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to change the title. Okay, so let me take out this title, and then for the X I take out the title as well. Okay, so I'll make this bold. So for Y is going to be bold, then I maintain the font, or I can make the font the same as what I use over there. And then on top there, for the title, I'll use the same font. I'll make it bold. Then I'll use the same font. Okay, so there is something that we've not done down here. So let me go back to Visual. Go to X, Values, Bold. Then we give it the same font. So that's the income by description. One more thing, I want to show the I want to show the data labels, and then I can make it bold. It depends on how you want it to look like. So I can make it bold and then also give it the same color. Okay, so the next one, here they are actually black, but that's okay. The next one is to do expense total, and this one is using the area chart. So let's go here, bring in our area chart, expense total, then description. No, I think it's by month. Sorry. So expense total by month. Come to the top here. Okay, so I'll bring it up here. Expense total by month. Take out. Let me just select this and see if I can use the format page. Okay, very good. So now the next thing is to use, let me see if it is the same thing. No, sorry. Undo. Very good. So I go here, General, Effect, take out the background, number one, Visual, X, take out the title down there, go to Y, take out the title down there as well. Okay, so it's not showing the month here. I think I missed out something somewhere here. Okay, so this is what I wanted. Now let me look at what I have here again. So this is board, everything board, and then we added a slicer here which has the payment mode. Okay, so let me go back here. So we showed the markers, the data labels. Okay, so the data labels are bold, Then I can use the same color here. Now I go to my X, I make this bold, then I change the color as well. I go to my Y, I make this bold, and I change the color as well. Okay, so it's left with two more to do, and then let's not forget the title. So let me go to the title here. It's not selected, so let me select. Go to the title, make it bold. Go here, select our color. Okay, so I think we are getting there. Now the next one is to use matrix here. Okay, so we use matrix here. So here we can bring in the matrix. Okay, so first of all, it will take the month. It will take the income total, expense total, and then the balance. Okay, let's start formatting this. I'll take out the background. That's number one. I'll change the color of the background as well. There's one thing I need to do for the text color. I want it to be like this. Okay, so column headers. The background of the column headers will be maybe something like this. Then we change the font, the text color to white, and make it bold. Okay, so let's work on the background. So this is the color we use for the background. No, more color. Let's look at the color we have here. Okay, so it's kind of brighter, the same color that we have here. So let me rework on it. So I select, okay, so I need to use this particular color for it. So what I'll do is to select it again, go in here, something like this. Okay, so let me pick the color from here. Um, okay, so this is the color I use, CAF0F8. CAF0F8. So I come back here. Okay, so I got it right now. Okay, so the next one is to have our multi-row card here. There is one more thing we didn't take out here, the total. So row subtotals and even the column subtotals we don't need it, but even though it's not there, so that is fine. So I can bring this a little bit down so that our caption or label can go here. So let me get in a text, but before then I can quickly work on the multi-row card. So let me get my multi-row card, and this one should have the list of expenses. So I'll select expense total and then description, and then we take out the category labels, we take out the background. Then for the call out values, we can make it bold, and then for the cards we can also make this bold and use our favorite color here. Okay, very good. So now the last thing to do is to add our text. So let me go up here, text box. So here I'll write summary. Select all, make it bold, and then give it our favorite color here. Reduce this, take out the background, and push it up here. Copy it, bring it down here. Use my arrow key if I'm not able to get it. Let me push it to this side. And bring it down here. I can change some Let me change somewhere as well. Okay, so if we look at what we have here, it's almost the same. Yeah, we forgot to add our slicer, so let's add our slicer here. So I'll bring in another visual, and it will be slicer. Then I'll put the transaction type. I'll select the first slicer I have, select the format paint, then put it here. Make the slicer down. No, sorry, it's not supposed to be transaction type, it should be payment mode. Okay, then it's bringing the empty one. So what we need to do is to go to our filter, select only 1, 2, 3. Those are the ones we need. So I'll reduce this and then bring it down here. I can even reduce it further. Very good. Push this one here. Very good. So now this is what I have planned to share with you. If you look at this, it's the same as what we have here. So thank you so much for your time. Let's look forward to another one coming. If you have any question, you can send me a message on my Skype or LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Bye.